Calaroga Shark Media.
Hey there, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news, a daily briefing on stand-up comedy, comedians, and the comedy industry. A sentence the algorithm loves. I am excited for Just for Laughs Montreal 2026. As soon as I got this press release, I was reaching out to them. They must have thought I was insane. Like 90 seconds later, they're getting emails from a crazy person going, hey, can we be friends? Can I get some guests? I can't wait for this. Jerry Seinfeld and Weird Al Yankovic are your headliners for Just for Laughs Montreal 2026. The subheader, interesting phrasing, YouTuber Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias. I'm not sure I think of him as a YouTuber, but okay. Trainwreck actor Mike Birbiglia, same note. Atsuko Otkatsuka and Jerry D will MC gala showcases. The presser tells us Seinfeld first performed at JFL in 1985. My French not so good, so I will anglicize everything. Jerry will perform at the Place des Arts. I'm sure that's how it's pronounced, on July 23rd. Weird Al, who first played Montreal JFL in 1990, will do a solo show for the Weird Al Yankovic Bigger and Weirder Tour for free. That's right. I said for free at the outdoor Place de Festivals. That's amazing. I don't know how they're going to handle the crowd there. That's good. Like it's a reasonably big space, but I would imagine a free Weird Al concert is going to pack the place. JFL organizers have also announced the first wave of hosts for twice nightly galas, including, again, YouTube star Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias, Mike Birbiglia, Atsuko Otkatsuka, and Jerry D, star of Animal Control. Some other folks already announced: Jordan Jensen, Ron Funches, Zoltan Kazas, Jacqueline Novak. More to come. I'm excited for that. The LA Times caught up with Ari Shaffir. The season of The End is out, available for purchase through YMH Studios. The End has been called several things over the years. You may know it by its best-known name, This Is Not Happening. The lineup on the new season: Tom Segura, Ali Sadiq, Nate Bargatze, Tony Hinchcliffe, Miss Pat, Shane Gillis, Sam Talent, Steph Tolev, Jim Brewer, who's a great storyteller, Robert Kelly, Chris DiStefano, Big J. Okerson, Jordan Jensen, Joe List, Mark Normand, Duncan Trussell, Roy Wood Jr., Jessa Reed, Dan Soder, and a bunch of others. The LA Times was impressed by the room. Ari Shaffir said this room is called The Box, and it's a burlesque place, or maybe you can call it modern burlesque because it's not just feathers. I don't know, but I feel like burlesque has evolved, and that's what this place is. It's kind of crazy. It's definitely a nightclub. Dave Chappelle used to have these comedian balls, which were so cool because he'd just invite comics, like all the comics. He'd invite everyone out, and pretty much without saying it, it was like talk to each other and trade ideas about the industry. It was just so cool in there. And we scouted a bunch of places, but look at this place. It was just right. I went to test the sound because we put the stage in a different place. It moves around, and I thought it looked better with all the red, but I wanted to hear what the sound was like when they were not on stage 2. Ari Shaffir said, they're like, the MC will have a cordless, and they move around. I watched it. It was great, but I was so effed up on Molly that I was grinding my teeth so hard that I cracked a molar. So yeah, that place rules. Okay, buddy. The LA Times is curious about being produced by YMH Studios. How'd that happen? Ari Shaffir said, Tom Segura and I have a relationship. We were openers for Rogan together. We kind of broke together, so we just talk about things. He's so funny and prolific, and I like talking about things with him. I had a chance to start doing this show over there, and he was like, come talk to us about it because we can help you now. They've got a great infrastructure there and a streaming service, too. So it's like they have everything already built in. Tom was like, dude, this show meant a lot to me. We should make it again. It's not going to be a huge moneymaker for Tom. You know, it's like pro bono work for lawyers, so it's really cool of them. Another cool thing is the way the staff kicked in, too. They're all super talented and kind of wasting their time on podcasts because they're more talented than that. But it's cool to work with a family, and I like the way they really took ownership of the work they did. The Hollywood Reporter profiled Max Amini, the subheader, with the Iran-American war. Iranian-American comedy star Max Amini gets serious. By the time you're hearing this from me recording it, the war may have ended and restarted 7 times, so don't get mad at me if this is dated material. The Hollywood Reporter caught up with Max the day after the president made that ultimatum to Iran. Max said the immediate feeling is it's a huge relief. The idea that a whole civilization would die wasn't coming to pass. That made him happy. I can understand that. Max was born in Tucson, Arizona, son of Persian parents who immigrated to the States after the 1979 Iranian Revolution. When he was 8, they returned to Iran until Amini was 17. Then they moved to SoCal. Amini attended high school and college at UCLA. He said, I'm very Iranian and I'm very American, depending on different situations in life. When it comes to family, I'm very Iranian. Dating and lifestyle, very American. He told THR, regardless of the politics, it would be extremely excruciating to see bombs dropped on a country that I'm emotionally connected to. When we heard the news, we were like, thank God there's an opportunity for a different, more effective way of change than taking Iran off planet Earth. So if you've been listening, this guy got on my radar at the end of last year when they were like, this guy's huge. And I'm like, who? And boy, the numbers are there now that you actually study it, John. He has the 9th most viewed special of all time on YouTube with 17.6 million and counting. Instagram and YouTube views top 9 billion, slightly more than I get, and he has 27.8 million total social followers, including 7.4 million on his Instagram channel Max Persian, where he performs stand-up in Farsi. In February, he sold out Madison Square Garden. That used to be a thing. I feel like comedians, and this is not, I'm not shading Max, but it used to be like, oh, a comedian sold out MSG. And like, I feel like there's like 7 of those a year now. The comedy industry's just gotten so huge. Getting political, Max said, the regime's thing. It's very sad. God knows how many more years it'll take to rebuild all these military defense systems. The ideology is the issue. In Iran, you live with a very dark, very extreme mentality. It's a very religious mentality. Nothing against religion, but my personal belief is that it is not a way to govern a nation. The young people of Iran need to discover who they are, discover art, discover humanity, and have the chance to make mistakes to find what the right path is for them. When you say freedom here, some Americans reply sarcastically, freedom? What freedom? We should never take it for granted. For example, a gay person could never have remotely a life in the Middle East. I don't take any day of my life here for granted, not necessarily because of comparisons to Iran. I travel the world, and I still find America very, very special. No matter what a lot of people think, the opportunity to work hard and live with your family in a decent environment is still available and a blessing. Vanity Fair tells us Pete Davidson is over fame. Socks are his exit strategy. That's right, Pete Davidson getting into socks. Pete Davidson tells Vanity Fair, no one gives an F about movies or television or any of that stuff. People just know I'm famous. They don't know that I do stand-up or I'm an actor. Vanity Fair thinks Pete is quite disillusioned with show business. Pete said, I've done everything I possibly can on my end, which means not having social media, barely going out. I don't even know what a cool place is because I haven't been to any of them. So he got involved with the socks company, Doublesoul. I'll give them a plug. Pete said, I thought they were really cool and comfortable. One of the socks people said, we were like, wait a second, are those our socks? We were cheering. We made it as a brand. We literally bombed him with socks. Then Pete reached out to them. He's since become an equity partner and creative director at the sock company. Socks executive says, if you look at the sock space and compare it to any other category, think of makeup, clothing, shoes. There's a brand for everyone in every micro demographic. Socks were like this really weird category where someone was into fashion and style and was buying like Under Armour socks, which I'm probably wearing right now. Then this article from Vanity Fair turns into like socks propaganda, and that's not why we're here. Where's the Pete Davidson stuff? Pete says, I don't want to be doing this show business forever. It's exhausting to be in the public eye all the time, mentally draining, and it occupies a lot of time and travel. I've done research, and most people who make their bank have a drink or a soccer team. They always have a thing. So I'm trying to find my thing. Socks are a necessity. Congratulations to Sarah Silverman, winner of Comedy Survivor. Sarah Silverman beat runner-up Nikki Glazer in a landslide. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for playing along. Coming up on Thursday, it is the 2026 Comedian Draft. What's that, John? Well, John needed to pre-tape an episode this week, and Thursday is the day of the NFL Draft. So I'm like, all right, let me go with the AI. And I had the AI form 5 teams with different mindsets, like Team Industry and Team Alt, Team Chaos. And then each team has 5 comedians on the team, and I had the AI draft, and I'm your host, and I comment on the lineups, and it came out really well. A lot of production for Johnny Mac, music beds and crowd sound effects, and I was like, why'd you do this idea? You could have just read some articles. They wouldn't have known. You could have just pretended it was Thursday. But Thursday is the 2026 Comedian Draft. It actually came out really fun. Did you catch this last week? The Sesame Street social media accounts posted a thing with Ramy Youssef and Elmo. Ramy appears on Sesame Street as part of Arab-American Heritage Month, joining Elmo for a short segment celebrating Arabic language and culture. The clip is 41 seconds long and features Ramy Youssef introducing a few commonly used Arabic words in a child-friendly way to Elmo.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm Ramy Youssef.
Oh, it's Elmo's Elmo. Mr. Ramy, what does salam alaikum mean?
Well, salam means peace, and it's a way to say hello in Arabic.
Oh, cool. Oh, salam alaikum, everybody.
Elmo and I are here to wish all of you a happy Arab-American Heritage Month.
Yeah, happy Arab-American Heritage Month.
I'm so proud of my Arab heritage, and I'm so happy to share this month with my fellow Arabs and Elmo. So, thanks, Habibi.
I will let you read the comments for yourself. Meanwhile, Prime Video has announced a Halloween version of Last One Laughing. Now, normally, these are 6 episodes. The Halloween special will be 1 episode. We lock a bunch of comedians in a room. Jimmy Carr's the host. If you laugh, you're out. Well, for the Halloween special, You're out if you laugh, and you're out if you scream. Speculation is the producers have some scares up their sleeves. The teaser, Last One Laughing UK, returns with a Halloween special, but with a major twist. From my San Antonio, some fans of the Killers of Kill Tony were upset. You see, the fans of the Killers of Kill Tony went to the Majestic Theater to see the Killers of Kill Tony on April 11th. But apparently, some of the fans who purchased their tickets through StubHub were turned away or issued refunds. One Facebook user, Eric, said, "We're supposed to be there drinking and having a great time, but unfortunately we got screwed by StubHub, along with a bunch of other people." Eric suggested, "Do not buy tickets from StubHub." Others said, "They told us to come back for the 9:30 show, but we weren't doing that. After 30 minutes on the phone, they switched our tickets, luckily, and upgraded our tickets to the lower orchestra for free." Killers of Kill Tony is a stand-up comedy tour. The Majestic said this particular lineup included Ari Matti, Hans Kim, David Lucas, and Martin Phillips. One person on Facebook said Tony Hinchcliffe himself showed up as a surprise guest. My San Antonio said it's unclear what caused the ticket mishaps with this particular show. My San Antonio says they reached out to the Majestic and StubHub, but did not hear back at the time of their publication, nor by the time of this recording, apparently. That is your comedy news for today. I will see you tomorrow.